Have you ever felt like you give a lot, but still don't move forward? Do you make an effort? Do you work? Do you do the best you can? And it seems like nothing changes? Maybe it's not about working harder. Maybe it's about starting to act as if you were already the best. You heard that right. Act as if you were already the person you want to be. Look, many times we think that we first need to achieve success to start behaving with confidence. We think we first need to have money, a good job, or recognition to then start acting with confidence. But it doesn't work that way. First, you have to act like the best, and then the results come. But before we continue, I want to invite you to do something very simple but very powerful. Write down in the comments below, "From today, I'm going to be a better person." Yes, it's just a phrase, but it can be the first step towards something big. When you write it, you're speaking to your heart. You're telling it that you want to change, that you're ready to do things right, that you're in charge of your life. This small moment can awaken something inside you, a new strength, a different motivation. So don't overthink it, write it right now, and start this change with strength, because sometimes the simplest things are the ones that transform the most. Now let's get started. I'm going to tell you what I love most, speaking clearly and directly. If you want your life to change, start acting differently from today, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Start with the simplest things. The way you speak. The one who acts like the best doesn't complain. They don't speak ill of others. They don't make excuses. They speak with clarity, with determination, with a desire to move forward. So from now on, watch what you say. Even if you have problems, even if you're tired, speak like someone who is building a better life. Then, check how you walk, how you stand, how you look at people. Did you know something? The way you move speaks before your words. The best doesn't walk hunched over, doesn't lower their gaze, doesn't drag their feet. The best walks firmly, lifts their head, looks ahead, because they know they're heading towards something great. You can do it too. You don't need to have everything figured out to walk like someone who matters. You just need to decide to do it. Another thing, the best doesn't wait to feel motivated. They don't wait to feel like doing it. They do what needs to be done even if they don't feel like it, because they know that action brings results, and results bring motivation. So if you don't feel like it today, do it anyway. Even if it's tiring, even if it's uncomfortable, do it, because that's what the best does. And I'm not talking about being perfect. No one is. The best makes mistakes too. The difference is that they don't give up. They learn, get back up, and try again. So if you fail, don't punish yourself. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? And keep going. Also, watch what you consume. And I'm not just talking about food. Watch what you see, what you listen to, what you read. If your whole day is filled with negative news, gossip, and people who complain, how do you expect to feel strong? Surround yourself with things that push you, that inspire you, that make you think big. That's how you train your mind. And don't forget something key. The best has clear goals. They don't live day to day. They don't go around like a leaf carried by the wind. They know what they want. They have a plan. Write your goals even if they're small, even if they seem simple. Write them down. Read them every morning. If you don't know where you're going, any path will distract you. Another thing that sets the best apart, they don't surround themselves with people who hold them back. Choose carefully who you talk to, who you share your ideas with, your dreams. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, who support you, who challenge you to be better. And if you don't have anyone like that nearby, it doesn't matter. Become that person yourself. Be the one who sets an example. Be the one who inspires. Look, I'm not telling you to pretend to be someone you're not. I'm telling you to bring out the best version of yourself and start living it now. You don't need to have everything figured out to act with confidence. You just need to start thinking and moving like someone who believes in their future. Do this every day, and over time, that version you only imagined will become reality. You'll start thinking differently, feeling differently, and achieving things that once seemed far away. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what you didn't achieve before. What matters is how you decide to act from today. Act like the best, even if you don't have the title, the salary, or the recognition yet. Act as if you are already the person you want to be, and you'll see how your life starts to change, step by step. Because when you change, everything around you changes too. It doesn't matter if you don't yet have the title, the money, or the results. Acting like the best is a decision, not a prize. It's something you choose every morning when you get out of bed and decide how you're going to face the day. Because when you act like the best, everything changes. It's not about thinking you're better than others or pretending to be something you're not. It's about starting to live with more intention, starting to move with a different energy, walking with your head held high and your heart strong, even if you still have doubts inside. Because that's how real confidence is built. Not by waiting for it to appear on its own, but by taking action, even if you don't feel it 100%. And look, I'm not going to lie to you. The first days won't be easy. You'll feel discomfort. Your mind will want to go back to what's familiar. You'll hear that voice saying, "Why are you trying?" Better stay as you are, but right there, in that uncomfortable moment, is where real change begins. Because every time you choose to do the right thing instead of the easy thing, you become stronger. Every time you choose to act like the best, even if no one is watching, you're training yourself for something bigger. And that's what makes the difference. It's not the big moments. It's not when everything goes well. The difference is in the ordinary days, in the moments when you could give up, but you choose to keep going. That's where character is formed. That's where discipline is built, and discipline always wins. Another important point is how you use your time. The best doesn't waste it. They don't spend hours mindlessly watching videos that lead nowhere or stay glued to their phone when they have important things to do. The best organizes their day, prioritizes, decides what matters most, and focuses on that. Not because they have more strength than you, but because they've learned to say no to what drains their energy. And you can start doing the same. Make a list of what you want to achieve in the day. Choose 3 things you will absolutely complete no matter how small. What matters is that you finish what you start. That gives you power, makes you feel capable. And when that repeats every day, it completely changes you. The best also knows that no one goes far alone. That's why they're careful about who they surround themselves with. They don't spend all day with negative people who complain about everything, who only see problems and never solutions. The best seeks out people who challenge them, who inspire them, who make them grow. People who, just by talking, remind them that it's worth keeping going. And if you don't have people like that nearby today, it's okay. Don't wait. Start yourself. Start being that person who lifts others up, who speaks with faith, who pushes forward. And little by little, you'll start attracting people like you. Because when you change the way you live, the energy you give off changes, and the energy you give off attracts. Now let's talk about something many overlook. Your way of thinking. The best doesn't spend their day thinking about everything that could go wrong. The best focuses their mind on what they want to achieve. They visualize their goals. They imagine achieving their dreams. They feel what it would be like to live the life they want. And that's not fantasy. It's mental training. Because your brain goes where you tell it to. If you fill it with fear, you freeze. If you fill it with vision, you move with strength. And this isn't theory, it's practice. Every day, get up and before looking at your phone, think for 1 minute about how you want your day to be. Visualize yourself solving problems, moving forward, achieving, and then go out and chase it. That's how those who stand out do it. And finally, understand this. You already have everything you need inside you. You're not missing anything. You just need to awaken it. You just need to trust yourself a little more and take action. Don't wait to feel ready. Start acting as if you already were. That's how you go far. That's how it all begins. Signing your decision is just the first step. Keeping it day after day is what makes the difference. So take a deep breath and look around. Maybe everything looks the same. Your house, your job, your neighborhood. But something big has already changed. Now you carry inside the idea of acting like the best. And that idea is a seed that won't stay still. For that seed to grow, water your morning with a simple gesture. When the alarm goes off, Don't negotiate with the bed. Say quietly, I am the best, and I start now. Then get up, drink a glass of water, stretch your arms, and open the window. Let the fresh air remind you that you have a whole new day to move forward. That 1 minute wins the first battle against laziness and puts you in action mode before the world distracts you. Organize your first hours like a player planning the best move. Prepare your clothes the night before, review your to-do list, and mark the number one task, the one that brings you closest to your goal. If it's hard, even better. That's how you train your mind for big challenges. Tackle that task without hesitation, as if your life depended on it. When you finish, celebrate with a small gesture, a fist raised in the air, a well done that comes from your chest. That reinforcement builds a bridge between effort and joy. During the day, pay attention to your inner dialogue. Every time the voice of fear says, "You can't," stop it and change the script. Respond, "I can, because I learn." Repeat until the new phrase feels natural. That's how you slowly replace old limits with beliefs that push you forward. This process is simple but powerful. It doesn't require money or connections, just your decision to watch your own words. When something fails, and something will fail, don't fall into drama. Look at the mistake as a teacher who speaks loudly so you'll listen. Ask, what is this trying to teach me? Write the lesson in a special notebook for learnings. Review that notebook every Sunday and you'll see your own book of wisdom grow. The best takes notes, the best analyzes, the best adjusts. You are already that person. Just keep writing your story. Take care of your environment. Organize your workspace. Delete files that no longer serve you. Clean your phone of apps that steal time. A clear space reflects a clear mind. You don't need expensive furniture. It's enough to keep only what adds value and eliminate what subtracts. That simple act sends a strong message to your brain. I'm in charge here, not the mess. And believe me, the energy changes instantly. Let's talk about money. The best doesn't spend thoughtlessly. Write down every penny that comes in and every penny that goes out. Ask before buying, does this bring me closer or farther from my goal? Invest in what makes you grow. A book, a course, a useful tool. If you can't afford it today, look for free resources. There are thousands. Libraries, videos, talks. Lack of money is no longer an excuse. The excuse becomes lack of desire. Keep relationships that uplift. Call a friend who's striving to improve. Share your progress. Listen to their achievements. Avoid gatherings where everything is complaints. Don't judge. Just choose better and be a support for others yourself. By teaching what you learn, you solidify your knowledge and expand your influence. The best doesn't compete against everyone. They cooperate. They build networks. They share victories. None of this matters if your body fails. Move every day. You don't need a fancy gym. It's enough to take a 30-minute brisk walk or do sets of push-ups in the living room. Combine that with simple food. Vegetables, grains, clean water. Save excesses for special occasions, and you'll see your energy rise like foam. And don't forget to sleep. 7 clean hours work wonders that no energy drink can match. Finally, train your mind with gratitude. At bedtime, review 3 good things from the day. A hug from a child, a client who smiled, the breeze on your face. Write them down. That act shifts your focus from lack to abundance. And a mind that sees abundance attracts more opportunities because it looks for solutions where others only see walls. And yes, when you finish this video, no one will applaud you, no one will knock on your door to give you a medal. Maybe no one will notice, but you will know something has changed. Because what matters isn't that others notice. What matters is that you feel it, that you believe in what you're building. Because from today, you won't move like before. You won't walk with fear. You'll act like the best, even if you're not yet number one. And that, though it seems small, changes everything. Now you might say, what if I mess up? It's okay, everyone messes up. But the best doesn't stop moving forward out of fear. The best stumbles, dusts themselves off, and keeps going. Because they know that making mistakes doesn't make them weak, it makes them real. So when you fail, because yes, you will fail, don't stop, don't lock yourself away, learn, and get back on the path. That's how you truly win. Plus, you don't need to have a perfect life to start. You don't need a perfect body, a perfect house, or an ideal job. Start with what you have. Use what's around you, because many times the difference between those who move forward and those who stay stuck isn't what they have, but what they do with what they have. There are people who build something huge with very little. And there are also people who, having everything, do nothing. And when you decide to act like the best, you change many things at once. Your way of thinking changes, your energy changes, the way others see you changes. Because without saying a single word, people feel when you're committed to your growth. They feel when you speak with confidence. They feel when you're not waiting for the world to save you, because you're already working to save yourself. You won't always feel like it. Not every day will you wake up motivated. There will be days when you want to give up, when you wonder if it's worth it. And that's normal. But that's where you see who's committed and who's just playing. When you don't feel like it, but you get up anyway. When you're tired, but you try anyway. When it hurts, but you keep going. Because that's acting like the best. And no, it's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's about not breaking the chain. Day after day, step by step, even if you don't see immediate results, even if no one says, well done. You do it because you know where you're going, and you know that everything good takes time. Now, it's not all about hard work. It's also about how you talk to yourself. Because if you spend the day telling yourself you can't, that you're no good, that you'll never make it, you're sabotaging yourself. Instead, if every day you repeat that you're moving forward, that you're improving, that you're going for more, something inside you changes. And yes, at first it might sound strange, but repeat it anyway. Because when you talk to yourself with strength, your mind listens, and your body does too. Another important thing, take care of your space, not just the physical one, also your mind. Clean your environment. Organize your room, your desk, your phone. Delete everything that distracts you, and keep only what adds value. Do the same with people. Move away from those who dim your light and get closer to those who push you to grow. And if you don't have anyone like that nearby, it's okay. Start yourself. Set the example. Be the person who spreads energy. Also, feed your mind every day. You don't need to study for hours. It's enough to read 5 pages of a book, watch a video that teaches you something, listen to a podcast while you walk. The important thing is that you learn something new every day, because that way, over time, you become someone more prepared, stronger, more valuable, and it shows. It shows in your voice, in your decisions, in the way you look at life. And please, don't compare yourself. Other people's paths aren't yours. Maybe others got there first. Maybe others have more resources. But you have your story, your process, your time. Respect it. Don't rush. Just make sure you don't stop. Walk at your pace, but walk firmly. Because even if you go slowly, if you don't stop, you'll get there. And when that moment comes, when you look in the mirror and say, I did it, you'll realize something very powerful. It wasn't luck. It wasn't magic. It was you. It was your steps, your decisions, your efforts. And it all started the day you decided to act like the best, even when you didn't have all the answers, even when the past still hurt. And the best part is that you don't need to wait for something external to change to start. You don't need a special sign or someone's permission. You can start today as you are with what you have. Because when you decide to act like the best, you're not saying you already are, you're saying you're on your way. And that, though it seems small, already puts you ahead of the crowd. The important thing is that you understand that this decision is made every day. It's not a magical moment that happens just once. It's a daily choice. It's getting up and saying, today I'm going to give my best too. And yes, there will be tough days. Days when you don't feel like it, when nothing goes right, when you feel like you're going backward. But it's exactly on those days when you see what you're made of. Because anyone can be strong when everything's going well. Anyone can smile when everything's perfect. But the ones who truly grow are the ones who stay firm in the middle of chaos. The ones who keep working even when no one sees them. The ones who keep dreaming even when the world tells them no. Those people aren't different from you. The only difference is that they don't give up. And you can do it too. what you need to do is start with the basics. Take care of your body, your mind, and your energy. Sleep well, eat better, move every day. You don't need to run a marathon or follow a perfect diet. Just take small, consistent steps. Get up early, make your bed, drink a glass of water. Those simple actions get you moving, and when you're moving, it's easier to keep the rhythm. Then, take care of your mind. What you consume affects what you think. If you spend all day watching sad news or listening to people who complain, you'll start thinking the same way. Instead, if you listen to audios that motivate you, watch videos that teach you something useful, surround yourself with people who want to grow, your mind will fill with new ideas, and that will push you to make better decisions. And please don't compare yourself to anyone. Your path is unique. Maybe others are moving faster, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that you keep walking, because as long as you don't stop, you'll get there. Sometimes looking to the sides only distracts you. Look forward, focus on your own thing, and move forward. One step a day is much more powerful than running and then giving up. Also, remember you're not alone. There are thousands of people like you, fighting to get ahead, working in silence, who are also tired, but they keep going. And even if you don't see them, they're there, just like you. And if you fall one day, it's okay. Get up, try again, start over as many times as needed. Every time you get up, you become stronger. It's also important to recognize your achievements. Many times you do good things and don't even notice. You start demanding so much of yourself that you forget everything you've already overcome. Look back for a moment and realize everything you've already achieved. You're not the same person you were a year ago. You've learned, you've changed, you've grown. Be grateful for that. Applaud yourself. You don't need someone else to congratulate you to feel proud. And yes, there will be days when you want to give up everything. You'll feel like nothing is worth it. But that's when you have to remind yourself why you started. Remember what you dreamed of, what you long for, what you want to achieve. Take a breather if you need to, but don't give up. Rest if you're tired, but keep going. Because every step you take, even a small one, is bringing you closer to the life you deserve. And if no one tells you, let me tell you, you're doing well. You're on the right path. Not everything has to be perfect. You don't have to have everything figured out. What matters is that you don't stop, that you keep betting on yourself, that you keep believing in your change, that you keep acting like the best even when no one notices. Because one day, without realizing it, you'll look back and see that it was all worth it. So thank you for making it this far. Thank you for listening to every word, for opening your mind, for giving yourself the time to reflect. This message isn't random. This message is for you. See you in the next video with more strength, more focus, and the same drive to keep growing together.